Come across this reading, there is somebody that does not realize that you're being protected from them. All right, we have guardian angel. You have your guardians all out over here, okay? Your spiritual guardian, spirit, angel of strength, protected aura, spirit, guardian, angel, divine intervention. There is someone who does not realize that you are actually being protected from them. But here's the thing, they're taking it personal in this reading, and that's why this reading has showed up on your For You page today. All right, now you could be any zodiac sign. The reading is general and timeless, so just take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't for the next person. And if you would like a personal tarot reading, private one-on-one session, Akashic Records, or to join our upcoming Mastermind, Master Key, and the workshop Reclaiming Your Ancient Self, check out that box below. Now, this reading may be very specific where it feels like this person does love you. They do, but they don't realize that you're being protected from them. They're not facing reality over here. Denial. Denial is not a river in Egypt. We have not facing reality. And it's more of not facing reality where you're actually better off without them. But here's the key thing here. It's not personal. All right. Now, this could be divine masculine. You could be divine masculine, man holding a heart. It does feel like the key thing is here that they do have maybe they have pure intentions. And, how do I word this? They could love you. Things could still be misaligned. Those two things can be simultaneously true. We do have angel of strength, door to spirit. So for some reason, all of your spirit guides are out and they're protecting you from someone, but this person doesn't realize, though, that, and with the perspective, better off, happiness, clear head space, it's almost like there's an energy of someone that's clinging to you when they're actually meant to let you go. Okay, so let's see what this is. What do we have for the collective here on... The collective is being protected from this person, but this person doesn't realize it. Why do we have guardian angel, denial, better off, and intuition? The present moment. Why do we have guardian angel, denial, better off, intuition? You could wish and hope and want something, and it could still be illusionary or fantasy. What someone doesn't realize here is you are actually better off without this person. And this is someone that does love you, and they want to be in your life. Your life has turned out to be better without them. Oh my gosh, let's see. Now, for some of you, because this is like the side piece card. Why do we have side piece over here? It says friendship. Why do we have side piece and friendship? Now, side piece, it's also like, say, secret hookup, like things like that, where it's like a third party kind of card. Things are just misaligned here. It's very interesting. There is someone who has pure intentions. There's something about almost like forbidden friendship, which is interesting. Why do we have anchor, friendship? Let's see what this is. We have silence over here. This person does have good intentions. This could be the type of situation where, for example, maybe say someone's married or in a soul contract focused on something where it's interesting here. It seems innocent. We have present, hoping. However, there's something taboo about this. Why do we have escape, avoiding, hiding, anchor, friendship, third party? And why do we have blind here? Why do we have blinded to the truth, third party friendship? Yeah, it feels like this is... Let's see what this card is. And then we do have pursuit over here, soulmates. It's the kind of thing where, you know, like if you're married, and not necessarily that you cannot have friends that are of the opposite gender, etc. There's something here where you're being protected from, it feels like a friend, but this friend can, and it could be protection, like say for example, you're married, right? Just kind of sticky. It's interesting here because someone does have pure love for you, but it feels like a sticky situation where, say for example, you have a partner, wife, husband. Say you have a best friend that's the opposite gender. And again, it can be very innocent here, but it's just the kind of thing of, it doesn't feel like it fits. It's going to work. Let's see what this is. Why do we have denial for guardian angel? Denial, clear headspace. For some of you, you know what I'm seeing here? It's like denial of chemistry. And that's the honest truth here. A denial of chemistry, where it's not necessarily bad, but then denial is not a river in Egypt, and so there's also just the truth. Over here with shattered over here. And it's interesting. It says crushed and a broken heart. Now, why do we have denial? Why do we have the better off card? Now, for some of you, yeah, this is like, this could be past, present, or future. This could be you. It could also be your partner. Again, past, present, or future. But what I'm seeing is like, say you or your partner has like, say a best friend or whatever, but there's kind of too much chemistry. And again, like there's actually nothing going on here, but there's just too much chemistry. It's the kind of thing where, oh, you kind of get along way better with your friend than you do with your partner. Or if and it can be your partner that has a friend that kind of gets along better with the friend than you. And how would you feel, right? And again, it's very innocent here. I see nothing going on, but how would you feel if your partner has a best friend that's an opposite gender and they actually get along better and have way better chemistry than you do? It's that kind of thing where it just gets sticky. Okay, let's see. Why do we have intuition now? Why do we have denial, better off? Why do we have intuition? Loyalty, 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 charming, graceful, kind-hearted, where it's like, the better thing to do is just to kind of walk away over here. Where I will say, with these cards so far, it seems innocent. We have charming, graceful, and kind-hearted beauty. Now we do have intuition, loyalty. It's more of like, let me follow my intuition and let me walk away over here. That's what I'm seeing. Intuition, loyalty, trusting, reliability, believing. So I will say this reading is very interesting because there's a lot of innocence in this reading. The white rose piece. There's no third-party intentions in this reading. And even if you're the one who has the best friend, putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Again, I'm a Libra Mars, so I'm always going to go like this and look at the whole picture rather than just one side, even if it's our collective. It says inner knowing and loyalty. It's the kind of thing of, oh, let me back away over here. What's the right thing to do? And not even that it's the right thing to do. Everyone's relationship, though, is their own, right? And there may be couples out there that, don't don't have, like, say, jealousy and envy in either of the bones of their body. And then that's okay. It's also okay to just have respectable boundaries. And what I'm seeing here is you have such good intentions, or a friend of yours or your partner, okay? Like, I will say everybody is like innocent here. But this is the kind of situation where you or your partner, your best friend, is the opposite gender, and you actually have way better chemistry and you get along way better with the best friend than your partner, or vice versa. All right, so let's see what it is. And remember that everybody's story is going to be different too, where there's definitely couples out there that, that's not an issue at all. It's innocent. I do see here, though, in this reading, that you or your partner had lost a friend or best friend for the relationship. And it feels like it was kind of just the best thing to do. Like, for example, and I've seen this all the time. When you have a best friend that is the opposite gender, what happens when they're getting to a relationship? Things do still just honestly shift, especially if you're really, really close. Things change a little bit, and that's just the truth. What do we have for the collective here? Or their guardian angel is protecting them. What do we have for a guardian angel? What do we have for... We'll take all... Oh, there it goes. Three of Cups, I have respect. And it's just kind of like this. Like, oh, no, I have respect. No, there's no third party. Because it's not a third party, but it's just more of, let's look at it from a different perspective that, for some of you, were you in a situation where it's like this is just not, I won't even say the word weird, but you and your best friend, or your partner and their best friend kind of has better chemistry. And I don't even want to say those words out loud. My decisions are guided by justice and by truth. King of Swords. And I won the denial. Denial's not a river in Egypt, so just... That's what I'm seeing here. For this reading, that the collective is being protected by their collective, and their relationship is actually being protected by their guardian angel. Why the Hanged Man over here? For the collective is being protected from this person unknowingly. Why the Three of Cups? For the collective is being protected unknowingly. What do we have for? I want to kind of reword that. What do we have for the collective here and their best friend when it comes to this Three of Cups? Why the Five of Pentacles for the collective and their best friend when it comes to the Three of Cups? Why Five of Pentacles and Judgment for the collective and their best friend when it comes to... Yeah, it's just more of, you're not doing anything wrong. However, it can bring some form of karma. Now this could be your partner. Let's see. What is the collective's energy in this reading? Of third party, friendship, denial. What do we have for the collective? Where's the collective's energy in third party and denial? We do have the cards 888. Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands. Why Eight of Pentacles and Eight of Wands for the collective, third party, friendship? Yeah, where this friendship is being cleared out. This friendship could also be kind of past life soulmate. Why do we have Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and the Five of Wands for the collective's energy of third party and friendship denial? We do have Muse over here. Yeah, you guys just have too much chemistry. And you guys had to, it does say emotional bond here, inspired by you listening to music. I'm going to give an example. The Weeknd and Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey has been married the whole time. And I will say they're actually not a good example because they keep doing it. It's actually, they keep doing it for years, where it's a good example of it's very, very innocent. Lana Del Rey has been married this whole time. The Weeknd and Lana Del Rey have also made music for so many years, and they are each other's muses. They go back and forth in their music. The song Stargirl is where they're going back and forth singing to each other, where it is innocent. But like, say, for example, like I do see with work. So it's interesting here. Did you have a best friend that you work with? Because at some point it brought issues or problems. And I will say The Weeknd and Lana Del Rey are probably actually not a good example of this, because they work together perfectly. And it seems like, at least in Lana Del Rey's marriage, because it keeps happening for so many, over 10 years, where it doesn't seem like there's issues. It doesn't mean that that's not going to happen for every relationship, and what I'm seeing here is there's an innocent friendship between you and someone, or your partner and someone. But the friendship did have to be released because it just brought up something here. It could be something as simple as, maybe not as simple, right? But like jealousy, or again, what I'm seeing is kind of like a situation of where, like, we'll still use The Weeknd and Lana Del Rey as an example, where like you don't see Lana Del Rey's husband. He's not even in the industry. Like, you don't see him anywhere around any of that stuff. Let's see. Why do we have Judgment? I know my destiny, the Truth card, and Five of Pentacles. We do have the Star card. Why the Ace of Wands and the Three of Cups here for third-party friendship denial? Why Ace of Wands and the Three of Cups for third-party friendship denial? Oh, this was so innocent. My gosh, you have the innocence cards all over this. But it's just of like where, life changes, things change, right? When somebody gets married or in a relationship, even relationships with, say, mom and dad change, right? Where you were like at your mom and dad's house all the time, and now your devotion is to your family, not to mom and dad, not to your friends, but this is so innocent. Like, this is the kind of thing, though, when you see your soul brother, soul sister, you smile so big, you run up to them and like jump on them kind of thing. That's what this was. And the Justice card, this is also innocence and truth, where it's the kind of thing of like, soul brother, soul sister, I haven't seen you in a while, and now I'm about to jump on you and give you a big hug, like take a piggyback ride. When somebody gets married, and it kind of depends, I guess, on the relationship. But in this particular reading, things changed. That's what I'm seeing here. It does say, I have respect, so like respectfully, Three of Cups, it is the like third party card, but it's interesting that in this tarot deck, it says I have respect. There's no part of, whether this be you or your partner had a friend, I will say it was all innocent, all of it. However, Judgment card said, hey, these two got to come apart, and it feels like respectfully, where it's a new journey, new cycle. It's time for, say, you and your partner, or, whatever, say your friend and their partner, their relationship is deepening, and it's a season, a cycle that you're not there, and that's okay. Why the Star card, Hermit card, Five of Pentacles, and Judgment. Interesting here. And then why Nine of Pentacles? So Five of Pentacles is like financial loss sometimes. This is not a financial loss. And it's interesting here. Yes, there's some form of karma. It is not, you're not getting bad karma. Your partner is not getting bad karma. But I will say, you guys are separated from one another due to divine judgment. You have to do things in separate foundations. Let's see, was the foundation card on the bottom of the deck? No, it wasn't. And before it was on the bottom of the deck. So you guys were very close. This is a new chapter. And you're letting a friend go, or your partner's letting a friend go. This could be past, present, or future. So that now they can focus on one another, and you are also moving on to other ventures. Why the King of Swords as the outcome for third-party friendship and denial? A lot of Gemini energy here. Okay, Gemini. The Empress, I am abundant, Libra energy. Yeah, you both are moving forward. Or your partner has a friend where they're both moving forward. I will say there's no foolery here. There's no necessarily third party in the sense of cheating. It's third party, emotions. Where, yeah, best friend and someone here, they are so close, but they would have to be separated apart for some sort of divine union to strengthen and to come together. The Magician card, I am confident. My decisions are guided by justice and by truth. And so it's like respectfully, there's some sort of separation between someone and a friend in order for a divine union to happen here. And that's okay. That's what I'm seeing in this reading. All right. And where we have the not facing reality here, it's just more of the kind of thing of, hey, you and this best friend, you guys are like so close. Yeah, that's the denial here. Or it's like your partner. Your partner is having a realization of, no, like, and again, everyone's relationship is different. I will say this is a relationship, whether it be you, someone else, your partner. There had to be, that was the truth, the Hermit card over here. You guys had to separate. And it feels like, right, if we're speaking from a place of, say, this is innocent, it's just more of the emotional bond that you guys have. It's time for your partner, your friend, whatever this is, to focus on the emotional bond with their divine sacred union. And that's what I'm seeing here. Now, what's the advice? What's the advice for third-party friendship denial? What's the advice for third-party friendship and denial? Why the Tower card for third-party friendship and denial? Why the Tower card and the Eight of Pentacles for third-party friendship and denial? You have a win here, okay? I accept guidance, the Hierophant. Yeah, things are actually going well for you over here. Where Tower card, there is a celebration. And I will say you're being rewarded for having respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what that means to you or your partner or your friend's partner. But I will say you're actually being rewarded in this situation by following divine judgment. You were respectful where it's like, or your friend or your partner. Okay, everybody's innocent here in this reading. Okay, there's no weird third party stuff. I will say there's a third party that's a friend, but it's all so innocent. And I will say it's a beautiful thing for this to be cleared out in a harmonious, peaceful way. And even whether it be you, the friend, your partner, you're being rewarded here because you're really dedicated. Where you're like, no, if it's what's best, what's highest, right? God's will. If this is, say, God's judgment or this or that, I will do that, or your partner will do that. The friend did that. And I will say there's actually a reward in this reading. Now, what's a final piece of advice for this reading of third-party friendship and denial? You're going to be so rewarded here. Look at this, caring connections. I love this. This is not a third-party karmic situation. So I really do love this reading for you, spiritual bestie that's watching me right now. You have respect in your caring, or the friend does, or your partner does. And that's actually the beautiful thing for everybody involved, where I love it. You don't often see these tarot readings where everyone involved is actually caring and respectful, and everything actually went great because everybody did what they had to do here. We do have blossoming abundance. You're going to be rewarded with money, wealth, and prosperity. Okay, whether that be like your partner doing the right thing, the friend, you're the friend, you, whatever it is here, there's a reward by the end of this reading. Okay, that's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings to your day.